Buddy, what's up, man?
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm good, man. It's good to see you.
Likewise, thanks for coming down. I appreciate you for doing this.
Man, absolutely. Thank you for inviting me. I'm super excited to check out Buddy's Chicken and Waffles.
For sure, come on.
All right, let's go. Thanks.
So we got it in November, and then we put it on the road that following June. So it took maybe like 6 months.
And how often is this out operating?
Right now we're out Wednesday through Sunday on 6th Ave because it's the off season. But we're getting back into doing markets and such here soon.
When are most of your customers coming in?
The cool thing about Chicken and Waffles, it's a breakfast, lunch,
Yes.
dinner, late night thing. We're not late night yet, but that's my goal for us to be a late night space. It's not a lot of options in this area to get food 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
No, there are not. No, not at all. All right. Well, this is really cool. Hi, I'm Reed Fetters with Tacoma Rising, and this season we are focusing on restaurants. And I'm here today with a buddy of mine who I've known for, of the last 5 years or so, Buddy Brown with Buddy's Chicken and Waffles. Buddy, thanks for doing this, man, and having a conversation with me.
I appreciate you for coming.
Oh, man, absolutely. I've got a list of questions for you today, and I've been dying to ask these questions for a while. So let's get started here. Let's just knock out the first one right off the bat.
Okay.
What inspired Buddy's Chicken and Waffle? What the concept, the chicken and waffles?
Super long story short, I had moved here right before COVID, and the plan wasn't to open a restaurant, but it didn't take long for me to figure out there wasn't a space that I enjoyed. Plain and simple. So I started selling food from my brother's house. I had a really good recipe for waffles. We used to do Waffle Wednesday every week. And then I just got the idea to turn that into a business. It was kind of like a aha moment, because in the moment that I had an idea to turn that into a business, I saw multiple locations. And so I've been working on that for a little over 4 years now.
Nice. Where did you move from?
I moved here from Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Yeah, super long story short, I found out I had a family here I'd never met, specifically older siblings. And then that was 2015 when I first met them. And then right before COVID, my older brother invited me to move here.
Would you spend most of your life in Baltimore?
Oh yeah, all my life. Yeah, I've been in Baltimore.
I lived in DC before I moved out here.
Neighbors, okay.
Yeah, so it's probably, it's kind of funny. I did not know. I had no idea you weren't from here. Yeah, hell, I might have ran into you at some point
Probably.
in Baltimore. I started a business right before COVID too. I moved here right before COVID. And I went through oh my gosh, I'm going to start a new business. I'm going to move to the West Coast from the East Coast. I'm going to start my own business and it's going to be awesome. And it was right before COVID and I ran into a lot of struggles. That was a very, very tough time. How was it for you? Did it take you time to get things rolling?
Yes-ish. I'm grateful that COVID happened because, like I said, I moved here and I couldn't find, because the food on the East Coast is so, you can accidentally find a good restaurant back home. But the mindset was to do what I had known everybody else to do, to open, I guess, a soul food restaurant. So that's the fried chicken, the mac and cheese, and the this and the this and the this. But COVID happened and I saw what was happening to other restaurants, and it's because their menus were too big, especially when you're not having the sales, so you got all this waste. So I knew whatever I did, it had to be simple. So around that time, I had seen The Founder for the first time. I'm not sure if you've seen that film, but it's about it's the McDonald's origin story. But that similar concept. It was a super small menu, burgers, fries, shakes. So I wanted something like that, but I didn't eat red meat at the time. I just got back into red meat. But so it had to be chicken, but it just took me a couple of months to figure out chicken and how I was gonna do that. And so to answer your question, it wasn't difficult because I knew once the idea came in my head, I knew it was a great idea because nobody else was doing it here. There is another chicken and waffle spot here. It's a food truck. Shout out to P&J's Waffle Delay. But they weren't. I don't think their plan is to do what I'm doing.
And you were headed down the path of this answer here, but what makes the food experience stand out, your food experience stand out in Tacoma?
It's the experience. So I've, to my own horn, I already knew my food was great. I've been cooking my whole life. My family's been telling me that So I knew it was more than the food. Even what we serve, we only serve chicken tenders, waffles, and French fries here. So everything else is about the experience. When you walk into this space, you know it's a Black-owned space. The artwork done by a local artist, Kay the Paint Lady. There's usually a TV show or movie on the TV there. That's Black. The music, we not as much as we used to, but we get complaints about the volume of the music. But it's because I wanted the music to be a part of the experience. It's not background music. It's you should feel the music. That's how I describe it. So yeah, there's no other place like that here.
Do you feel that it helps you, the experience, build loyalty and trust?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love, even on the food truck, someone in that food truck lot walked up to the truck to ask where I was from. And I told her, she said she had just told her boyfriend I had to be from the East Coast because the music that we do here, same on the food truck. It just kind of draws people in.
Now that you say that you're from the East Coast, I'm starting to feel the vibe a lot more.
Okay, yeah.
That's so funny. I didn't think, but we haven't really spent a lot of time together. It's been mostly, our conversations have been more
touch and go.
Yeah, headaches and business and issues and things like that. So this has been, I'm starting to feel it. I'm feeling that East Coast now. So starting your own business, obviously, and we talked about this earlier, that you had to do it your way, which I can relate to that. What was the hardest part of turning a great idea, which everything you've said, great idea. What was the hardest part of turning that into a reality?
Learning the business side of things as you're doing it. So like I said, I've been cooking since I was 6 years old. So the food part wasn't the issue. I could always cook. But turning that into a business on the financial side of things, the management side, all that was new to me. So trying to learn that all the while, I guess building the business, that's where it was complicated.
Now, how do you keep things creative? Because there's two avenues here that I'm going to run down. One is the social media. Like I mentioned this earlier, it always cracks me up. Like there's always funny stuff. And at first I'm like, when I see something pop up, I'm like, what is this? And then I see Buddy's Chicken and Waffle on it, and I start laughing because I know it's you doing something. And I love how the creativeness comes up and always cracks me up watching your stuff. But you also always seem to have, your menu always has something different, different style. I remember, and I haven't been here for a little while, but you had Fruity Pebbles, and you have a lot of different
Gay Pride waffle.
Oh, well, there you go. So how do you keep the creativity going?
I smoke a little. No, I'm kidding. But when I came up with the concept, I knew that we're again keeping the menu small. That we only serve chicken tenders and French fries. So having variety on the waffles. I honestly thought the waffles would be the draw, but a lot of people tell me it's the chicken that keeps them coming back. I don't care why you come back as long as you come back.
Your chicken is really good.
Thank you. But on the creativity side, in the last month or so, maybe almost 2 months now, I've been more intentional about that. I put before. Specials were just kind of sporadic. Like I said, I smoke a lot. That's where the inspiration would come, like, oh, we should do this thing.
Yeah.
But now I've made it so we rotate our specials every 2 weeks. This way I'm kind of forced to switch it on a schedule. And that's been fun for me. I won't even say it's a challenge. That's been fun. Fun having to change every 2 weeks.
How's the response to that when people come in? They're like, "What's on the list for this week?" Or
That's been better. I think some people were upset because we did have to take some of because what happened is we did a couple of specials and they were really popular, so we added them to the menu. But what I noticed a couple of months ago, they stopped selling. Once they became, permanent menu fixtures, people just get them whenever they get them. Yeah. But when I threatened to take them away, the sales for the ones that I was taking away skyrocketed. So we took them away, and since we've been doing that, the specials, because I realized we only sell 3 waffles here. We sell the buttermilk waffle, the cornbread waffle, the strawberry shortcake waffle. All the rest kind of mix and match. But since we've switched how we do specials, the special has been either the 3rd or 4th most popular waffle every week, and that's kind of what I wanted.
What's the most popular waffle?
Strawberry shortcake, not even close.
Not even close,
yes.
Really?
Yeah, strawberry shortcake's always number 1, and then buttermilk and cornbread kind of alternate, because everybody goes with buttermilk. It's the plain.
Yeah.
And then cornbread is unique in that you don't see that in a lot of places. But that strawberry shortcake is top tier, yes.
Is there a change in seasons between the cornbread and the buttermilk?
I'll say like wintertime, maybe more cornbread because
Yeah.
it feels, I guess. But yeah.
Yeah. All right. What does success look like to you now versus when you started?
I want to say it still looks the same because in the same instance that I thought of this idea, I saw 100 locations. And so that's why sometimes I think I'm a little hard on myself because I'm not to the 100 locations. I see it, but I'm not there yet. I didn't realize there were so many steps between opening number 1 and opening number 100.
Just 98.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Yes, there's a couple more to go. The success still looks like that to me. Automation, what's it called? Franchising, that deal. That's what success looks like to me.
Does your day-to-day look a lot different today than it did?
It does.
3 years ago?
I low-key thought that I'd grow a little bigger, the team would grow bigger, and then my responsibilities would go down some. That's not the case at all.
No.
Because right now I really am kind of stretched between the restaurant and the food truck. Sometimes I'm bouncing between the two because they need me here or here, and I got to run to Costco. So I'm super in it right now, which is exhausting, but I don't mind it. It's what I wanted to do.
I find that Tacoma Rising alone is kind of my passion project, right? And I do other things, but I find that I enjoy doing the Tacoma Rising stuff probably more than anything else, and it's where I spend a lot of my time. And as we figure out what does the next step look like, I hope that things are going to get easier. No, it's more. It's more time, and but I don't mind it because I enjoy it, and I think that's where being an entrepreneur is so much different, and you're willing to give that time because, like you said, you do it your way, and it's like it feels good. Those wins feel so much sweeter than when you work for somebody else. You know, the downs, those suck more than when you work with they do suck. That's for sure. But no, I agree. The wins and it's true. When they say entrepreneurs work 80 hours a week, so they don't have to work 40. I mean, I think there's no truer words about entrepreneurship than that right there. Okay, well, you've mentioned 100 locations. What does the next 1, 2, 3 locations look like? Are they in Tacoma or are they in Baltimore?
I'm open to Tacoma if that happens and it makes sense location wise because I'm still kind of learning the area. I've been here almost 6 years. Well, no, wow, I've been here 6 years already. That's crazy. But no, I'm still learning what kind of works. But Seattle's the goal for me. My favorite movie is The Wiz. My favorite movie since I was a kid, which is the black and, in my personal opinion, much more entertaining version of The Wizard of Oz. It's Michael Jackson, Diana Ross. Anyway, the Emerald City is like where they go, and so I just kind of lucked up. Having family members that lived out here, and so the goal is the Emerald City. I got to open a location there. Once I do that, I think I'll feel more the success that we just talked about, just being able to open in the Emerald City, and then anywhere after that, Portland, LA, Baltimore, everything in between. I want to say probably during the pandemic, more places like Dave's Hot Chicken, because they started 2018 maybe, or maybe a little later, but more places like that popped up. Dave's Hot Chicken, Raising Cane, so they're proof of concept that you can open a business and only serve chicken tenders and french fries, because it's all they sell. So we do the same thing, and in my opinion, and a couple other people's opinion, we're better. But we also do waffles. Those guys don't do waffles. So we're in a lane of our own. We do chicken tenders, fries, and sandwiches, but also waffles.
How do you build culture between the front of the house and the back of the house?
It's all just one house here. We don't have service staff here. I got that model during COVID too. Just seeing what was going on with other restaurants, it's hard on staffing. So everybody does everything here. And I was just telling somebody yesterday, the culture part was easy for me just because I built the business so much on social media. So a lot of the people that work here already knew who I was, or at least some of who I was, or my story from social media, and they saw I would like to be a part of that, and so they just kind of fell in line. And yeah, that's been easy for me. I haven't had an issue with culture here. Anybody who signed up to work here knew how we operated.
I think you're, like you said, your culture started a long time ago, and you've been building it from every spot that you've been. And I love that answer that you don't have a front and back of the house; it's all the same.
No, yes,
and that's a great way to not only build it but continue to keep it up to par. What happens when you go to Seattle and some of these other locations? Are you going to be popping in and kind of going around, or?
Yes. To answer that question, yes, I will be popping in just because this is still my baby, and I want to make sure that my baby's okay. But I do need to get more comfortable being a little bit more hands off. My team's incredible. But just small things. I still want everything to be as if I was there still doing this or this or this. I want everything to be the same.
And that's where that culture comes in, building the right culture. We just got off our last season on the podcast talking to CEOs about that mindset shift from being an entrepreneur to a CEO and having to pull back and let things go.
3 months into the CEO thing.
It is
trying.
hard.
Yes.
It's so hard. Like to be like, oh, they've got it, or you know what I mean, like letting people do, because you're going to be talking a whole nother strategy, or your job's going to look differently when you start opening 3, 4, 5, 99, 100. Like it's going to be a little
different. I won't be able to go to 100 locations. Yes.
Yeah. No, probably not. Probably not. So, what's some advice that you would give a young business owner, or just someone getting into business, wanting to start their own business? What advice would you give them based on your experience thus far?
Well, my experience is in restaurants, so I could, I guess, only really advise other restaurant owners in this area. And I would say, however much money you think you need 3 or 4 times that amount. Yes. Also, we spoke a little bit about it. Find someone who's doing the thing that you want to do and talk to them. I don't know if everybody would be receptive to it, but a lot of business owners, even ones who've been open before I got here, have reached out to me for advice on different things behind the scenes. So I think that's cool. So reach out to somebody. And then also niche, especially in the restaurant. Find a big niche. And I think I found a massive niche. Everybody eats chicken tenders. Yes.
Yes.
But we do chicken tenders differently than everybody else, and then the waffle bit.
Yeah. Absolutely. How can Tacoma better support Buddy's Chicken and Waffle?
You could show up. So we got a restaurant, we got a food truck. Take your pick. I think we're pretty supported in Tacoma. Of course, we have slow season like everybody else, but I had made a post, I think this was back in December, jokingly, but also halfway serious, that, hey, we might go out of business just because things, it feels that way in the winter time. It's so tight because your payroll doesn't change. I got to keep the same staffing levels to run efficiently. But no, I made that post and people showed up because they did not want us to go out of business, and that felt nice.
Well, it does. I mean, that's what, honestly, I saw a post and that's what brought me here too, because I was like, man, I got to get Buddy on this podcast.
No,
this season.
thank you.
You've got to do it. And you're a season opener because there's no one better. This has been fantastic. All right, so you said you're good in the kitchen, which I believe. Yes. I've had your food. How are your chili cooking skills?
I can't compare it to anyone else's because I've only ever had my chili, but I think it's pretty good.
Well, we've talked about this, and the folks watching this won't know this yet, but the event that we're hosting after this season is our South Sound Showdown, and which is going to be hopefully a giant chili cook-off that we're going to invite a ton of restaurants in, or food businesses in general. And I don't know how it's going to go, but I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to, and my goal is that I really want to unite businesses, but also the restaurant business, and I want to try to give a platform for people that are starting out that, hey, you know what? I really have a cool concept, but I want to get it out to more people. So that's where this thing is starting. And you've agreed to be one of the judges.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun.
I think it would be too, and I really appreciate it. Now that I got it on film, you can't say no down the road. I was just kidding. But I'm really excited to see that. And I can't thank you enough for doing this and having the conversation. And I'm ready to try some chicken here if you're ready to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it.
All right, cool.
I'm finally getting a chance to check out the chicken and the waffles. We've got some spicy chicken, we've got the regular, and then we've got I'm not sure what is that, a buttermilk? What'd you get? Buttermilk. We got a buttermilk waffle here, and we're about to dig in, and we're gonna see how it is. That might be the best fried chicken in town right there. All right, one more. Yeah. Somebody's here. Yes. That's perfect. Regular and spicy. Buttermilk. Okay. All right. Dude. That's what that's.
So that's a slice of cheese and
Is that how it always comes out? That's what, this is the waffle. Oh my gosh, dude. Holy cow, thank you, dude. Oh my gosh. Well, you're gonna have to help me eat this. Whew. All right. Wow, the strawberry shortcake. Oh my gosh. Whew. How that thing cuts. All right, let's cut a little more than that. All right. Try it without the syrup.